Ah, wonderful. Albrecht, thank you first and foremost so much for your time today. It is so nice to meet you. What a great job you do in season 2 of Hijack, my friend.
Cool. Hi.
Would love to start by getting to know today what it was that attracted you to the project in the first place.
I think the idea of me playing in an action universe was very appealing to me. Because normally I do like very dramatic and multi-layered, emotionally contradictory characters. And this was, I don't know, almost like brain vacation for me as an actor. The task was very clear. The We don't need to dig into the character too much. It was a situation, and we got to deal with it. And I really like that. I, of course, really like the idea of me um, being in the same scene with Idris Elba and to get the opportunity to, act with him. And it was a wonderful experience. Um, Even more that, he with his agenda, with his background, being such a famous actor all over the world, in the end, it turned out he maintained this sort of basis you need on set of being a trustworthy, direct colleague who's taking care and who shares the interest of the interest in solving the problem we have with the scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's no ego that's standing between you and him. It's pure work and it's playful and it's on an eye-to-eye level, and that's what I really liked. On top of his, of course, acting skills and of being, yeah, the magnificent actor he is, right?
Yeah.
But this is in the end, it's the most important thing that we meet on an eye-to-eye level, and that we do not get mixed up with fame, and we think our personality is as important as our fame is. That could be
Yeah.
misleading and is misleading to many people, but not him.
Yes, no, that makes sense. That's good
Yeah,
to hear too that it was such a
yeah,
smooth experience. And it's
absolutely.
funny that you say that this was kind of a vacation for you because there is first off you do such a good job of slipping into the role of Freddie. I had to go back and rewatch all 3 episodes to make sure I am talking to the right person, correct? Because you're a chameleon in the role and you sell everything about Freddie so well. And I'm just curious, for being such a vacation, how did you add so much? I mean, there is depth to him. He feels like an everyman. He feels like somebody you'd meet on the subway. How did you build that depth and build that just that overall atmosphere of Freddie?
I think I like the idea that we have sort of a cliche Freddy there, and at the same time, layer by layer falls off of him, and we see that there's a human being like you and me, right?
Yeah.
But there's, in the end, as always, there's no difference, right? It's just that we have different layers of protection and different layers of, I don't know, how we would like to see ourselves in the world because of our, I don't know, experience we have in the world with the people. And that's what I liked about the script. It was on one hand very easy written, but and with the characters we tend to know or think we met or have an idea of, yeah, it's a guy like him. And on the other hand, so you didn't need to know much, and at the same time, you knew them already, and yeah. Um, that is another treasure of the way Jim wrote the script in the end, right? Um, that you have depth within a very entertaining show.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I think that's a treasure of the show as well.
That's a very good point. It really is. Everybody here does have their depth, and it does have its layers to it. Was it difficult as an actor then to find some? Because what's interesting about Freddie too is he goes through such a gamut of emotions. Because obviously he's so happy-go-lucky early on, and then that poor man in episode 2 is just under absolute terror and absolute fire. Was it tough to find that range of emotions, or was that pretty easy to slip into?
I went to those kind of emotionally corners before, so it was just um, difficult to find how Freddie would deal with the emotions. Um, but you know, they gave us the opportunity to play in a set that really felt like real. I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah,
were this, in those studios with this highly um, technical, jiggling, moving cars with, I don't know, green walls around the windows, passing by, I don't know, underground um, images, footage from Berlin. So it really felt like in an actually U-Bahn, right? In an
yeah.
actually subway. And so the terror that comes with the from the from being trapped in this carrier in these wagons um, was coming from the outside because the set was so precisely built, right? And that really helped to dive into this sort of terror situation. And all the rest is my work, right? I'm an emotion juggler, and yeah, so yeah. And then you have
That's awesome.
colleagues like Idris, so it's easy to do that stuff
Ah,
actually.
that's
Although it's exhausting.
Well, of course, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, I'm sure having to live in fear for a few hours a day is not exactly a simple job to say the least. But obviously, being a vacation, having a chance to work with Idris Elba, what did you enjoy the most about working on this show?
Um, this I don't know. This that the day was over after a working day. That we enjoyed acting with each other and dive into it. But there are so many projects that you take home with,
Hmm.
right? And then you sleep badly, and you dream about that stuff, and it has an effect on your, I don't know, relationship to your beloved ones, even, or on how you feel, on your mood and stuff. And it wasn't the case here. It was like I felt like a miner who'd go in, down the stairs into that hall with the actual set. And in the end, we would come up those stairs, and outside it was 30 degrees, summer London, and I would have a swim, and then that was it, right? And I really liked it. I never experienced something like that before.
That's so amazing. That really is. Well, then yes, it really was a vacation. That makes total sense. You gotta go to work and go home and just have a good day there. So that
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Well, that is all the questions I have for you, all the time we have for the day. Albert, thank you so much for your time. Really do
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
sir. Have a good